Hello everyone, I'm Iron Phoenix and welcome to Aperture Tag. So, a few people have been asking why I bought this game. Because it's fun, because it's awesome, because all of the reviews basically moan that it's a paid for mod. There's an awful lot of content in the game, and what I'm going to do, or what I'm going to try and do, is show you quite what, about, I'm going to show you the game, what the game has to offer, and then I'm going to talk about the sort of controversy surrounding it. So I'm on a level that I'd done before because I was having trouble with the level that I hadn't done before, put it that way. So this is one of the test chambers. Now this is a test chamber from Portal 2 that they've modified for paint. Not all the test chambers are like this. In fact, there's quite a lot of test chambers, I think about 90% of them, that are definitely not like this. Now you can see that they have actually modified this test chamber in order to work for the paint. So have very simple puzzle. We press button, cubes drop, and then they fall into the stuff, the acid or whatever it is. But if we press the button and we time it right, we didn't time it right. No problem. I'm going there. I need to press the button and then run. There we go, and we get a button, a box even, and then it's just a case of very quickly lining them up so that they are, so that one goes there. So instead of having the portal mechanic, you don't have your portals all the time. These are just there because really. You don't have control over the portals. You have a paint gun, and you've just got the two types of paint. You've got your standard blue and your orange, and oh yeah, there we go, and we're out. There's a little bit of that, so in between levels you might have to do a bit of puzzle solving. The gel gun gets disabled when you're in an area where gel isn't meant to be used, and the gel gun also gets disabled until you sort of activate it. So you go through this beam thing and it will tell you which one it activates. Some it might only activate blue, some it might only activate orange. And here we are, a new test chamber, something that you haven't seen before. It's not even a modified Portal one. So, for this... Oh, this is actually really... Well, it's not exactly easy, but you do have to think about it. So, by putting orange gel down there and orange gel down this way, what you can actually do is punt this way and get onto that way, and okay, getting the I fall into the water an awful lot, so yeah, that's gonna happen. And I don't want to go over there. It's an interesting course, this one. So I need to punt this one that way. Meanwhile, go into there. So that gets taken through. Now step off, and it goes through. So as before, you can gel up cubes as well, so you can create a bounty cube if you wanted to. I don't need to put my blue there, up there. This is currently about £3 on Steam. I should note that. And it isn't standalone. You do require the base game in order to play it, but we'll be getting onto all of that in just a moment. I'll see what the next test chamber is. I'll kind of decide which one to actually talk about the controversy in. So I kind of want to show you the game. Oh right, yes, it's this one. This is actually quite an interesting one. Okay, so we bounce over there. And let me think. I only sort of remember bits of this. Right, so I need a cube to go into there. Right, so I need to get up there. Means that I need to plop some goo down onto the floor there. That gets me up there. Right. Then I need to paint goo, I think, down there. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bounce in a very, very bizarre way. So I'm bouncing off there, down, and then up to get the cube. This one took me absolutely forever to work this out. And I like that. I like difficult puzzles, as long as they're not impossible puzzles. Right, let's bounce over here. Now obviously they have used quite a few assets from Portal. No problem with that at all. But they have also done a fair amount of work of their own. There's obviously been quite a lot of care put into the mod. There are custom animations, sounds, models, textures. There's a narrator. Some of the lines can sound a little bit false, but on the whole, it's not bad. Now this is rather this is why I say that this is rather interesting. Because you are using paint to move around, not portals, it does allow for a little bit more parkour, I guess. You do have to think about the angles that you are hitting things at, as well as sort of, the placement of your paint. So here we can actually bounce off the wall and thus bypass the red field that would have killed us. I would actually, I think the reactor is coming up, and that would be quite a good one to show, because it is quite kind of insane. Alright, so it's 16 chambers to start with. Okay. What I'm going to do now for this one is I'm actually going to talk about the controversy surrounding the game, and then I think I should be able to show you something kind of fun. I should also note that all of these are kind of different, so that's the core that's guiding you through the challenges, and these screens would be different. It's kind of interesting to watch, to kind of see what he looks like now. So yeah, right. So yeah, the controversy surrounding it. We've kind of got to get to it. So a lot of people are complaining about this because it is a mod that you have to pay for. And as a result, a lot of the reviews are either from, people who are complaining that you have to pay for it, or you know, they are people who haven't played. You know, they've played the game, they haven't maybe played quite enough. They've just seen, you know, quite standard tests. There was somebody who was complaining about the tests, who basically played about, you know, 20 minutes of it. The game is quite long, and some of the earlier tests, I guess, a lot of it is tutorial stuff, and there are some modified Portal 2 test chambers in there. It doesn't really get going until you can't get past those first test chambers. So it is a little bit of it can be a little bit of a slow burner. Alright, I need to take that. But once you do get past that, you do actually have quite an interesting test chamber. Okay, now that's over there, that's good. So, why are people complaining about this? Well, ultimately it's a mod that you have to pay a few quid for. It's about £3 currently on Steam. It'll go up to about £5, I think. It's not all that much really for the amount of content that you're getting, and I kind of understand why people might be concerned about this, but also I can't see it either. There's this rather bizarre idea that all mods should be free, and for quite some time mods basically weren't free. Back in the day we had these things called expansion packs, and expansion packs cost money, and you would go into a shop and you would buy these expansion packs. They did not require the base game in order to play them. Sorry, they did require, the vast majority did actually require the base game to play them. A small minority didn't. Things like 0 Hour, I believe, was standalone, but in order to get the full experience, you did actually require the base game. Otherwise, you didn't get all the sort of the generals. You didn't get the full game basically if you played it standalone. And things like Garry's Mod. Garry's Mod for quite some time was free, but you did actually require a source game in order to play it, and that continued right up until, well, there was actually a period, I believe, where you did require a source game in order to play Garry's Mod. And yeah, and even when it sort of became less standalone, you did require a certain amount of source content. You did require the source SDK base at the very least in order to play the game. So really, is this any different? If they've spent time, an awful lot of time, making this, shouldn't they get a little bit back for their efforts? And to be fair, Valve are also getting a little bit out of this. They'll be taking their cut. I don't see a problem with it at all, personally. And people will say, oh, but what about the state of things to come? You've been paying real money for hats, for goodness sake, and skins for years. Some of that is user made, but also you are paying, you know, 99 pence for a hat. It's a hat, for goodness sake. It is not a full content mod with its own narrator, its own sounds, its own textures, its own models with their animations. and they are good quality models as well. I think that's a custom model actually. It doesn't look too bad, and the doors don't look too bad. And it's got its own mechanics, and it's got its own thing, which I'm going to be showing you in a second. Kind of got to press a few buttons here, but to open doors and the like. So I hadn't pressed that other button before. So when you press button 1, and if you press the other one, it says no, the other one. So I can press that one. Oh god, I've got to start running. I didn't realise. You can skip this test, but why would you want to? It's awesome. So you are actually having to gel up the area underneath you. Damn it. And then you do have to start over again. This is possibly one of the most awesome tests that they have. There is also an element of the Truman Show about this, which is pretty awesome. If you haven't watched the Truman Show, do. I messed that one up completely. Yeah. So the idea of the Truman Show is that you are that the character, the main character, is starting to have doubts about his reality, and yeah, it's an excellent movie, and you really should watch it. Oh god, oh god, oh god. We need to go this way. Right. Sorry if I'm not talking much, it's kind of taking up a lot of my... Oh no, I messed that one up, and now I've got to start this over. It is an absolutely excellent mod, and anyone saying otherwise, I don't really care, to be perfectly honest, what other people are saying about it. It's excellent, and if you like the look of this, check it out, because it is excellent. And it's a little bit of a shame that it has to have so much controversy around it. Ooh, I got out with 3 seconds to go then. I did it with 1 last time. So, that is TAC, and there's an awful lot more to come, I assure you. Oh, I've got to show you this bit. No, I'm not going to show you this bit. I'm going to cut it here. If you like the look of this, get it, because it is awesome. It's extraordinary, and to get this bit, you have to watch the Truman Show. So yeah, mod, it's not free, but who cares, because it's fun, it's entertainment, and it will keep you entertained for quite a few hours. The developer says that it's about 4 hours long, and that's playing when you actually know how to do it. For most people it'll be, 4 to 5 hours, I would think. And yeah, it's an extraordinary game, it's an extraordinary mod, it's £3. It costs a little bit of money, who cares, it's fun, that's the main thing. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.